This video will cover a topic of English which is gap filling. Now, gap filling, I do not consider it to be a topic, but actually it is a subtopic of all the topics. We can cover the topic of gap filling only when we are aware about the remaining topics and the most important topics of English grammar, which are, they can be nouns, adjectives, pronouns, prepositions, tenses, etc. Because gap filling is just a fill in the blank. Like there will be a blank provided in a sentence and you have to fill in those blanks with an appropriate word. Now that word can be of a noun, it can be a pronoun, adjective or whatever. That depends upon the structure of the sentence and how the sentence has to be completed. So today we will be understanding gap fillings using adjectives, which means that the blank that will be provided in the sentence will be filled up using the adjective words. Now adjectives definition is very common because the topic I have already introduced. I have already explained this topic in the previous videos. So here I will just be covering a brief of adjective, but if you want to understand and learn the topic of adjectives in detail, then you can visit the previous videos, and in those videos I have explained each part of adjective and every type of adjective in detail. So let us begin with the definition of adjectives. Adjectives are basically all those words which describe a noun or a pronoun. So definition of adjectives can be, these are words that describe or characterize a noun or a pronoun. Those words are considered to be adjectives. Now adjectives basically are of different types, like adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity, then we can have possessive adjectives, and the list continues. So here we are going to discuss every type of adjective which can be used for filling the gap. The first type of adjective that we will be discussing over here is adjective of quality. Now, as I said that adjectives are used as the words, or adjectives are all those words which describe or which characterize a noun or a pronoun. Now that description can be on the basis of quality, it can be on the basis of quantity, it can be on the basis of number. So first we will be describing the nouns or pronouns on the basis of quality. Now quality over here basically describes a character or the property of any person or anything, right? So quality is basically a character or the property of a noun or of a pronoun. Why? Because nouns and pronouns are interrelated to one another. Now when I talk about quality, then I can fill the gap using quality, and here the examples of such adjectives are beautiful, pretty, broad, vast, salty, sweet, etc. Now when I say that the property of, I can say the properties of alkaline materials are that they are very salty in nature, right? Or I can say, what are the properties of sugarcane? The property of sugarcane is that it is sweet in nature, right? How is the character of that person? I can say the character of that person is very honest, that he is an honest man. So honest can also be an adjective. Then how does that lady look? The lady looks very beautiful. So beautiful can again be a quality of the person, right? While introducing these into gap fillings, I can say that Sonia is not only dash but also dash. When I say Sonia is not only dash but also dash, now not only is always used with but also. These are the pair words. So Sonia is not only, I can say Sonia is not only beautiful but also wise. Then I can say Sonia is not only lazy but also arrogant. So when I am describing Sonia in a positive manner, in that case I can make use of words like beautiful and wise. But when I do not want to describe a positive character of Sonia, I can say Sonia is not only lazy but also arrogant, because here this shows the negativity. These two are showing the negativity, and these two can show the positive qualities of a person, right? So this can be one example. Another example can be that mangoes can be dash and dash. When I can say mangoes can be dash and dash, here I can describe the qualities of mango. The quality of mango is that it can be sweet and sour. So mangoes can be sweet and sour. Here I cannot put the word bitter. Why? Because you also have to use your common sense that no mango can ever be bitter. Either the mango can be sweet or the mango can be sour in taste. So mangoes can be sweet and sour. So these are some of the examples where I have filled in the gap with adjectives, and here particularly I am talking about adjectives of quality. Let us understand some more concepts of gap filling using adjectives. So now next we will be talking about adjective of quantity. So second is adjective of quantity. Now quantity basically gives us an answer to the question how much, right? It gives an answer to the question how much. So here it is basically used for describing a quantity of a noun. That noun can be a thing, right? Now example of such can be little, less, much, more, few, many, etc. So these are some of the examples of adjective of quantity. Like using these words we can fill in the blanks if the gap filling is regarding the adjective of quantity. So let us have a look at the sentences where we can fill the gaps using adjective of quantity. Now the first example can be, there are dash people attending the ceremony. When I say there are dash people attending the ceremony, and here I want to tell how many, I have to tell the number of people or the quantity of people. In that case I can fill in the blank using there are many people, there are few people, there are some people attending the ceremony. So all these three can fit in the gap, and these three are the examples of adjective of quantity. Now another thing that I want to clear out is that while there is a question of gap filling, there will only be a gap which will be provided. Here I am giving you a hint that adjective of quantity has to be placed over here, but during exams there will be no hint as such. There will just be a blank or a gap which will be given, and you have to use your own brains. You have to think that what word should fit in this gap in order to make a meaningful sentence, so that the structure of the sentence is not destroyed. So second example can be, I do not have dash money to buy new car. When I say I do not have dash money to buy new car, and if I put the word many over here, then it is wrong, because with money we do not make use of many. I'll say I do not have enough money to buy this car, right? Enough means that the sufficient amount or the amount which is required is not available. So I do not have enough money to buy the new car. This will be an appropriate word through which I can fill the gap. So these two were the examples of adjective of quantity. Now next, let us take a look at demonstrative adjectives. That how can we fill in the gap using demonstrative adjectives? So demonstrative adjectives are basically used for pointing out to a person or pointing out to anything. And we know that for pointing out to any person, there are words such as this, that, these, those. These are the words which refers to pointing out to someone, or when we have to point out to someone, we make use of such words. Now, filling the gaps using these words makes the example of demonstrative adjective. So, the first example can be dash pen with which you are writing is mine. When I say dash pen with which you are writing is mine, I will not make use of these. I will not make use of those. Why? Because the pen is singular in nature. I will say this pen with which you are writing is mine. Why? Because I'm just near to that person and I'm pointing out over there. Next example can be dash cars belong to my brother. Dash cars belong to my brother. Here I am making use of a plural word. Cars are plural in nature. Remember, whenever we are making use of plural things, in that case, these and those will occur. But when I'm talking about a singular noun, in that case, we make use of this or that. So in this case, we can write these cars, or we can write those cars. Both are correct. In the first case, I was writing this pen. Why? Because here pen is singular. And when I say this pen with which you are writing, that means that I am straight away talking to the person who is writing, and for that I make use of this. Here I can make use of these or those both. And these are the examples of demonstrative adjectives which can be used for filling the gap. So here we will be discussing the third type of adjective, which is distributive adjective. So the third type of adjective is distributive. Now distributive adjectives are used to show they're used to show one person or one thing out of the whole class or a whole group. So example of such distributive adjectives can be each, every, each one, either, etc. So these are the examples of distributive adjectives. Now let us implement these adjectives in our gaps so that we can make a correct sentence with a meaning. So the first example can be dash citizen of our country must be responsible towards the growth of nation. So here dash citizen of a country, here we are indicating to every citizen that belongs to a class, and here the class is country. So we are talking to every citizen. So here every citizen of our country must be responsible towards the growth of nation, right? Second example can be dash cup of tea contains less sugar. Dash cup of tea contains less sugar. Here I am talking about each cup. So each cup of tea contains less sugar. Here again, this is also an adjective, and this is the adjective of quantity. That in what quantity is sugar present? It is in less quantity. So less is again the example of adjective of quantity. So these two were the examples of distributive adjectives, how we can fill in the gaps using distributive adjective. The fourth type of adjective is possessive adjective. Possessive adjectives are all those adjectives which are used to display some kind of possession of any kind of person or any other thing, right? So example of possessive adjectives can be my, our, your, his, her. These are the example, or it can also be their. These are the examples of possessive adjectives because they show the possession of anything or any other person. Here the example can be, this is dash house. When I say this is dash house, in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, out of these 6 options, any option can fit over here. This is my house, this is our house, this is your house, this is his house, her house, their house. Any out of these 6 can fit over here. Second example can be the books that I have bought is dash belonging. The books that I have bought is dash belonging. So it can be, it is her belonging, it is his belonging, or this is my belonging. Anything can be fit over here. So these two were the examples of possessive adjective. The last adjective that we will be discussing in the section of gap filling is interrogative adjective. So the fifth type of adjective is interrogative adjective. Now interrogative is derived from the word interrogation, and interrogation means to ask questions. So here example of interrogative adjectives can be who, what, whose. These are some of the examples of interrogative adjective. Implementing this in a sentence, so it can be dash dress is this. Again I am asking the question, so here the answer will be whose dress is this. So I can fill in the gap using the word whose, and whose is the example of interrogative adjective. So in this video we have covered the topic of gap filling as well as adjectives. I have explained the definition of adjective and the type of adjective in brief, so that we can fill the gap using each adjective. Also I have discussed various examples with you for how we can fill the gap using different types of adjectives. Now if you want to practice more, I suggest that you register on our website abhyasonline.in, and there you can visit different practice papers. Practice those questions over there regarding different topics as well as the topic that we are currently focusing on, that is gap filling. Because the more you practice, the better you will be in English. There will be less chances of making errors and more chances of learning more about vocabulary and about different topics. Also, you will be able to analyze your learning, because once you practice those papers, when you give those papers and you submit the question paper, then the result will be available to you there and then. And it will also indicate what are your plus points and in which different areas do you lag behind. So do visit the website, practice papers, and till then keep learning and keep practicing.